Here we go. Ooh, the ninth circle. The ninth circle. Oh, that's so nice. Yes. Yes. Sweet.
Salute!
I like how the whites look in Shadowy Forest. Like the whites just look super bright. Ask me house about the Romany.
Milosh is expecting you. Don't let your eyes wander when you speak with Emilia. Milosh will cut them out and serve them to you.
This has the potential to be a fascinating exercise. We like circular systems. Repetition allows for experimentation. We can analyze previous results and tweak our responses. Beyond the mythological claptrap of vampire queens, noble lords, and ancient prophecies, there's a power here that drives the elements of the system. We aren't the only ones seeking this power, obviously, but if we can decipher its message, we will be the ones holding it. Continue the quest and let the events lead you to its natural conclusion. You know what to do. Who comes and goes? A short scouting report has been left for Mihas by Zaha, reminding him that he should check entry and exit points of the forest regularly. Okay. So grab that.
Come back again!
Upon the savage remains of Dracula's hunter, judging the number of ferocious wounds in the corpse, he was heavily outmatched.
Visual tracking initiated.
Werewolves follow book trail to their killer. And I want this one as well. Nope. Hey, fuck off. I'm gonna pick up the mission first. Trophy Wolf. This werewolf siege pack has marked out its territory with grim trophies, crackling with pale fire. No expert on werewolf ritual, but smashing them should send the right message. this one first. I think I'm actually screwing myself out of a side mission there. Kill the outcast alpha werewolf. Among other things, the Richard Group was running tests on local lycanthropes. What were they looking for? Better take some blood samples to be sure.
Quick access inventory updated.
Now I gotta kill specific vampires. Or not vampires, sorry. It's specific werewolves. Respawned already. There we go. Predators are thought to be majestic beings. They are more nervous than the grass and leaf eaters. Their way of life leaves room for fewer mistakes. Watch the nervous predators, if you would know the land. In these days, we can watch the predators down to their blood samples. Okay. Parkour, parkour! Okay.
Salute!
Salute. champion. Wait for our gadget to come off cooldown.
Critical empowerment results.
Alright. A pretty good job of clearing out this area, I think.
Hello.
The amazing Brothers Blaga! A battle-scarred Draclosi brawler has set up camp at the edge of the forest, where he can best pick and choose his fights. His brothers, however, were less patient and plunged into the wolf-pack woods. Now they are missing.
My brothers and I, we were legends! In the traveling carnival, the amazing Brothers Blaga! None compared. In the ring, we fight Moroi, we fight Strigoi, we fight Verkolak, we fight Prikolich. Once, for a great show to a dark prince, a sorcerer summoned an archdemon from hell, and we fought that too. We put on a great show. We served the head to the prince on a platter. And then we fought him and all his court to the death. These were glorious times. I am naked without them. They went into the forest without me to fight the wolves, and they did not come back. We are like links in a chain, and when you remove one of them, it was rash, it was stupid. I am mad at them. I should have been there. I only hope at the end they put on a great show, worthy of the amazing Brothers Blaga. One time, the amazing Brothers Blaga, they fought their own shadows. It was a glorious fight.
Alright. So, we search for tracks across the road.
Visual tracking initiated.
Tracks. Oh, immediately get ambushed. So it's this way. There's the one up there. Good lantern. I think that's not a... That's Tiberiu, right? Yeah, that's a group champion.
I've been waiting for someone to show up. How far do you think we have to go? Are you, single? Shit! Fighting and running? We're here! Not a moment too soon. I am all adventured out.
Okay, so that one's fine. Now I go under the run beneath the tree. Then I think there's a trick here. You can just come out on top. I just need to trigger the mission. Whoop. Cage.
Thanks for getting me out. That was close. We need to go. Now.
Yeah, that's what I was doing until you stopped and made me turn around. You jerk.
Oh, fuck. My head. What the hell is happening to me?
I don't want to delete it. Fucking re-equip it. Go.
No, I will not give up. I am the blogger. The fabulous brothers blogger never give up. We fight!
Yeah, he tried to transform. Let him do that shit. That shit is not cool. Tip, don't let him transform. You gotta impair that shit.
Hello.
It is unfortunate that you were forced to slay the changed man. Imagine the processes violently uncooling within that elongating skull, to become what one is taught to despise. What then? Does one see things differently? In truth, the wolves are as driven by ugly rituals as the monster hunters are. See how they both claim the skulls as their enemies? Hollow trophies. The wisdom within split thoughtlessly. We are aware that the oldest werewolves undergo a second metamorphosis. They renounce violence, cloister themselves in hidden monasteries the rest of the world. It is the silence we seek to hear. Hey Zen. Never quite understood why he wanted to run into electricity. Because it, like, it amplifies his, transformation or something. I don't, like, if you don't stop that from happening, he becomes much harder to fight. You kill him too quick. Yeah. But you don't have to let him electrify. I didn't let him electrify. Has more bugs than a cop. No, it's not that buggy. That's like a pretty standard, like, you're way, like, you have to be, like, redoing this mission, like, super high IP for that to be a problem. I'm not saying it's not a problem, but that's a singular bug that's kind of prevalent everywhere. Like, you break, like, Kingsmith missions break really badly, because, you know, it's not really intended for you to smack them before the tier gets a chance to finish, like, popping into existence. If you bring wolves to the cage, the open cage, they'll like go chasing after wolves and then just stand there. Huh. I don't remember seeing that one. I mean, I don't... for that one with the where he's in a cage, I don't know if you were watching already or you came in late, but I don't even go.
What do you want?
You know what I mean? Like I just go on the top around. Like I don't speed running it for the others. You always have to always kill the wolves. No, you just kill them on the way back, though. Like, I just go along the top and, like, don't fight anything. I just pop in and open them up and say hi. And then you, like, when you leave, you kill the wolves. If you're dragging all the wolves to them, that's not... I'm not saying it's not a bug, but it's not the most efficient way to do it. The most efficient way to do it is just not fucking... be running past them in the first place.
Additional assignment received. Initializing.
Transparency has no shortage of road signs, apparently. Oh, does it mean that they carry as weapons? I mean, they do have a shortage because they're all been uprooted and used as
I'm not coming out.
used as signs. They have a massive shortage of road signs because they're all fucking uprooted. Either that, or the ghouls found a sign factory. Sign factories make sense. In general, there's a lot more signs in the US and they're more standardized. I'm sure they're more standardized. I don't know about more?
Goodbye.
I don't know about more signage. I don't know. I legitimately don't know about that one. But as far as standardized, yeah, 100%. The US is, you know, basically like 50 small countries or something.
Hello.
Alright. Let's see. I don't want to do this yet. I'm gonna go back up here and do these ones. Actually, I wonder how many... That's right, there's 4 in here. Yeah, I guess I can do these. Let's do 6 feet under first. Alina, an angry young woman on a suspicious errand, has gone off the road to the shadowy forest. Whatever she was tasked to deliver is probably safer out of her hands and those of the forest invaders.
You're not death. When my death comes, he will be taller, with eyes flashing like winter ice. Beautiful. Fuck, I hate this forest. There's no peace. It's as loud as those strip clubs Adrian dragged us around to in Bucharest. Meat markets filled with lost souls. I wish I had never come out here. I wish I was dead. I will be, if I go back. Adrian will cut his initials in my neck. That fucking poser. I lost some things. Things I was supposed to drive back to the city. I don't know what. I didn't ask. And I don't care. Those disgusting pigmen took whatever it was. Away into the fucking forest. It'll probably kill them. Messily. Nothing the morning light touches has a beautiful death. That was my mistake. I believed their shit. Adrian said, "You want to see the real face of the night?" The others, poor Rada, those silly French girls and their boyfriend were too smashed to argue. He would have forced them if they had, like he forced me. He's nothing. No one. Just a bully with a razor blade who can't even drive.
Read the note describing the cargo.
Additional assignment received. Initializing.
These are the items from the mountains. Get them out of the country to Markard. I don't care how. 4 crates of the good stuff and a briefcase of documents. Forgive the blood, not mine. There's 5 items in all, okay? Each has a GPS on it, in case Elena fucks up. Problems, take it out on her. Maybe do that anyway. My little gift to you. Easy. That guy's a douchebag.
Quick access inventory updated. Radar module activated. Item located.
First crate. Oof. So close to getting that next purple piece. Why do you wonder why she's like that? She's sitting all alone there in a golden forest and a big worry about some arsehole with a shank. It's... But, I mean... I don't know, man. I don't want to tell you the story if you're not really aware of it. Of who that guy is and why that's fucking important. It that exudes muck. He's in CF, but is he actually doing anything important? It's really besides being an artist. Yeah, I mean, he's orchestrated much of what's happening in the entirety of Transylvania for Morning Light. Woot! Purple piece. Fuck yeah. I mean, oh my god, are you fucking serious? Oh my god, slash stuck worked. What the fuck? That never happens. Holy shit. It's not just that he's a Carpathian Fangs, right? It's like the shit he's involved in. He's clearly not someone to be fucked with. He has a lot of influence and power to be in the position he's in. He's definitely someone that would just, you know, basically having him killing you is not the worst thing that's going to happen. Him not killing you and doing other horrifying things to you is going to be the worst thing that's going to happen. Okay. Alright, this is the crate that's all dumped out. Right? Or no, it's the one after this one. The one after this one, then. Fourth crate? Is fourth crate the one that's dumped out? There's a fifth crate? How many crates are there? Contents of the briefcase. Okay, it's the briefcase after all the crates. Got it.
Visual tracking initiated. Visual tracking initiated.
Calling a helicopter.
Standing by for pickup. Mark your position with a smoke grenade.
Quick access inventory updated.
Smoke grenade. Next should be the big guy, right? Yep. Helicopter should be incoming. There it is. The Wonder Women are dangerous. We've always suspected this. We gather followers too quickly, and through pure numbers they have the potential to change and instigate events. That is our job. The numbers have been updated and the calculations don't look too bad. Had the artifacts landed in Markar's hands, they might be different. But thanks to you, we don't have to worry about that. We'll need more data. Do whatever you can to find out more. More SP. Okay. I see somebody over there. I don't know what they're doing. The fuck? I'm just running in a circle. Okay. Interesting. It's a dirty job. A lone Orochi agent has fallen victim to the forest werewolves. Beside his corpse, a tablet still strobes the automated demands for updates on the progress of the retrieval mission. Search for data among the piles. And then what's this one? Wreath of Roses. A car wreck, a corpse, and bed of roses. It looks like the driver was killed when he swerved the road. An ill-fated indeed. Search for clues. Pick red flowers. Place them at the girl's grave. Okay. So before we do that, let's do this one. One pile. Two piles. Three piles. Piles across the way. Oh, there are. It's admirable how deep the Orochi group is willing to go to feed their mainframes, potentially insignificant information. It's also admirable how eager they are to lay down and die to give us easy access to the same data. Our libraries are past due a refresh on ghouls. While these barely sentient bags of meat have rarely played a major role in any measurable system, there's no reason they won't. Every pebble can cause an avalanche, and while I don't see how a ghoul will ever affect events in any discernible way, it pays to be prepared. Oh, midnight in the game.
Critical empowerment results.
Okay, I need to go this way. What is beeping at me? The fuck? I can only assume that's what that was. Now what the fuck else is beeping? Weird. Place the flowers on the girl's grave. Let's do her investigation mission. Destructive persons. Elena feels as though she'll forever be followed and harassed by those she left behind. Look into her claims and find out how far the Morning Light will go to keep tabs on its members.
Oh, it's you. Forgot to bring the bullets. Bang, bang. I'm no danger. Not to you. And I can't hurt myself from smoking mar... Did you hear that? All I want is to finish this joint, paint my nails one last time, and slip into a warm coma. Something out of the corner of my eye keeps wrecking my shit. Why won't they just come out and finish it? I'm not scared! Adrian must have sent someone to find me. I knew it. It takes morning light to be this much of an asshole. Always mind games, until you're ready to ask for the abuse, and say, thank you so much after. I know you don't want to save me. That's fine. I wouldn't either. I don't even want to be saved, except you can't let me go out like this. Like in some stupid slasher movie. It's so fake. I don't want to go to my death faking it. I don't want to go to my death with bad hair. Fuck. You're alive. You wouldn't understand.
Search the area. I know where to search. By the way, if you didn't know where to search, like, this would take you a minute to find. Got another likely flyer, Lena Flora. I want the Oslo works in this one. Get the word out before she can get to Bucharest. Once you do, close the file and move on to your next mark. Find out how to close the agent's file. So you go to join Morning Light. Okay. Let's see if this works. I don't know if it will. But it wasn't like that, right? It was like that? It doesn't work anyways. Just straight up doesn't work. Yeah, join, okay. Hold on, I'm just gonna pull that up. I can't fucking type, wow. System was unable to finish your operation error code. Alright, so then it gives you an error code of 0x00019C times 3. But I think if you, it's like hex. If you translate hex. Hey, Waffle, thanks for the raid, man. Hey, Linma, Robok, how's it going, guys? I'm trying to remember how you convert. Is it not hex? Is it binary? It might be binary. No? It's not. Fuck. Hey, Mikey! Saw your Dark Path of Treadmill margarita vid. I salute you, sir, even if you tripped a few times. Technically, I tripped once and slid off the back of the treadmill once. But what I did in the video, like I did a little like blooper cut where it just like plays it a couple of times and has little crash sound effects. Just discussing some pros and cons of TSW Legends and features of old MMOs that made them better than today's MMOs. Oh, nice. Let's see. I need to go to London. So yeah, I think technically I tripped once, and once I just stopped walking on the treadmill, like just spaced for a second when my guy died and just sort of like rolled off the back. That was I think that one's one of the funnier ones to see because you can sort of see it happening in slow motion. See, have you been grouped with Jimmy a few times in real TSW? Remember him well. Hey, thanks! You didn't have the same name in TSW, did you? Because I'm blanking on the name, but that doesn't mean anything. I have fucking goldfish memory. Cephalon.
Welcome to the Morning Light Personality Test.
With
Let's analyze your true being.
just like randomly, in like dungeons or stuff like that, or like in Cabal. Okay.
Every card was deaf, but that,
That makes
a lot
sense.
of different ways, right?
Man, the good old 18s, right? Or occasionally 24s. If you're feeling frisky. Alright, so I still haven't, okay. I remember how to do this investigation, and I just don't want to look it up. Because, like, I know you have to translate the thing, but I don't, blanking on the, hey, Bugman. I don't remember off the top of my head what it is. Um... I want to say it's like 31 or something like that. But I don't remember. It's not base 64, is it? Fuck. Why can't I remember the type of conversion it is? That doesn't do anything. Oh wait, it's a decimal? Could be 412. Let's try that.
The questions are designed to peel back your constructed
So let's
layers.
go
Please answer as openly as you
4,
can.
1,
Let's
2,
find out who
4,
you really
1,
are.
2, 4, 1, 2. What is the name of the file you wish to close? Ha! I did it! Fuck, that took way too long. Ba, 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 da, ba. Then you can look, let's see. Dusko Byakovic's trail? Wait, what is my... Locate the agent's next target. Oh, yeah, Dusko. Dusko's in the Siege Farmland? Right? Yeah, I like TSW. I like Legends more. I think it does a lot of things, especially now, since the rebalance and stuff. I think it does a lot of stuff better than the original did. It definitely gets around some of the, or just doesn't have some of the original design problems that the first one did. Here we go. Save files.
You really want to know what's on the files I took? I got no fucking clue. Isn't that great? Could be a recipe for lemon pie for all I know. It's probably not a recipe for lemon pie. Whatever it is, it's pissing them off that I got it. And it's giving me some leverage.
Someone should make a Dusko Bjokovic lemon pie recipe. I think that'd be hilarious.
Quick access inventory
Tucked away
updated.
behind some password. At least, I think it's important. I don't know. I don't know what it is, or what it says, or how to open it. I just know it's the only ammunition I got.
The Master's Son. Oh! Skipping scenarios and Aegis system was a plus? Well, yeah, well, I mean... So, the problem with the Aegis system was not very much the Aegis system itself. It was the, like, gear upgrade tied to it and how they did, and how that was implemented. The actual, like, color bar stuff and using that, like, creatively, like in the manufacturing dungeons, was actually kind of cool. The initial implementation, where it took you fucking 5 seconds mid-fight to fiddle with your goddamn wrist to switch shit, that was fucking stupid. And they had like the skill tree so that you could, you know, take that time down to basically nothing. And then it was okay, but it never should have fucking had that in the first place. That was bad. That was bad design in my opinion. And I think a lot of people agree. And then the biggest problem, because that you could solve fairly quickly, the biggest problem was the upgrade shit, which they did eventually change. They made it a bit easier. But the stuff that, like, your upgrade kits are tradable, and then they're character bound, and then they're tradable, then they're character bound. Like, they couldn't, I don't know why they flipped which way they were on, like, depending which point of the upgrade path you were in. But that was fucking stupid as well. Like, I don't know, man. The reason that was even necessary is because, the reason that was even necessary is because there's no, like, vertical progression, right? Because of the whole level-less thing, they needed something. They needed some other form of progression. Because they hadn't designed, because they painted themselves in the corner with their initial design of the game, which is supposed to be, like, let you do whatever the fuck you want, which backfired in a lot of ways. It backfired in painting themselves into a corner ways in a lot of places. It also backfired in letting people make themselves the worst build possible, utterly failed the game and quit, because, like, this game is garbage. Without realizing that you know, they're having a horrible experience because they just made a bad build. It doesn't, like, stop you from doing that. You can make the worst shit in the world. So, but as far as skipping scenarios, I disagree. Like, Legends makes you play one scenario, essentially. And I guess it's less important, maybe, than it was in TSW. Yeah, I think arguably it's less important. But the reason scenarios were so important in TSW, and I really liked this part, and a lot of people just, I don't know, they didn't. I'm specifically talking, by the way, about scenarios in like pre-Tokyo. You had to do, like, originally, you had to do, like, I don't even remember, like 20 scenarios or something. You needed like 80 Oreos to fucking get your little thing so you could go to Tokyo. And eventually, because of people just whining like babies, they've got that down to like one. Like, you had to do one scenario and they fucking let you go into Tokyo. That's not how it was originally. You had to do like a pretty sizable chunk of scenarios to get enough Oreos to fucking buy your token. But that was important in TSW because a scenario build that worked is what you needed in Tokyo. Because people that skipped that shit got to Tokyo and fell over on their face. And, oh my god, Tokyo is so hard. Because they didn't actually... Which is so funny to me because, like, the game, storyline-wise, says that the room is preparing you for Tokyo. Like, storyline-wise, he's betrayed everybody, essentially. But he has used the time to sharpen your skills to make you ready. And that's exactly what it did. If you made a build in TSW that could fucking take you through scenarios, it meant you could deal with groups, and you could self-heal, and you could impair. And you could deal with the Tokyo packs of, like, filth mobs. And if you didn't, you fucking faceplanted and died a shit ton. So, it was really annoying to me that that not only was it good training, but it had in-game story, like why it was like training, and people still were like, I don't want to do this. Just let me into Tokyo. Why do I have to do this dumb shit? And then it's like, and then immediately, why is Tokyo so hard? God, this game. And it's like, fucking shut up. I hate people. I want... What did they say about the... Is it in the... In the lore, they tell about his son somewhere. Alexander? Why that guy would be able to figure out the password doesn't make any sense. The Master's Son hint's pretty great. I like that you can look up yourself, by the way. Personal details. Favorite food? Tacos. Cassandra King. Currently believed to be in Scotland. My hit teams were bad builds said it wasn't downfall, it was lack of patience. Common sense and drill not willing to learn by its players. No, I mean, true, but unfortunately, the game, like, okay, first of all, the decks were fucking awful. The pre-built decks of the uniforms, like, the uniforms were cool, it was a nice idea, but for the love of fuck, make a decent build if you're gonna do that. Those builds were garbage. Like, that was a problem, in my opinion. Like, you can't just, like... I assume what happened there is either when they were made, the, you know, it was pre all kinds of changes to abilities and damage numbers, and so they became bad, or, more likely, it wasn't, like, game designers making the builds, it was, like, writers, and they were just like, this looks neat, and with no thought whatsoever to like how the build actually plays. They're just like, oh, we're gonna have this uniform, this guy looks like this, so we're gonna throw these two weapons, and these abilities look neat, and like that. I kind of think that's what happened more so than if you're gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, you would say, well, maybe the abilities were different when they initially made that shit. But I kind of doubt that's true. Looks cool, but zero synergy. Yeah, they just didn't fucking work. We're so happy that you've taken an interest in the Morning Light. By visiting our website and taking our personality test, you have joined the millions of others who have begun their journeys into light. We're aware of you now, just like you're aware of us, and we're going to do everything we can to pull your life out of the shadows. The curiosity you demonstrated has been an important first step, but don't let it be your last. Continue to look into what the Morning Light has to offer you, and you'll get exactly what you deserve. The Morning Light staff. This is like the best veiled threat ever. This is really good. Ooh, we got open leather jacket, dark gray. Oh, my quick is maxed now. But yeah, like, I didn't like the RNG of scenarios in TSW either. Like, that was pretty garbage. They even did, I remember they did like a... They did like a pass actually on that, because it was even worse, I think, before.
Critical
right? They did a pass. Here's what I never went to Legends. Deaths were crap in the original. Now Legends are nearly forcing you to start with their builds. No, okay. That I understand why you might come at it with that idea, but that is not how classes work. And even classes, like, they just use terminology that, like, I guess they assumed people would understand, but like, you still can combine any weapons you want. You can still combine the abilities however you want. It's literally just like a starting deck in TSW. You gotta pick something. So they give you like 2 to start with, and immediately for like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes of work, you can have enough marks to buy yourself a 3rd weapon. So as long as you make sure the main weapon is the one you want in your class, you can really easily change the secondary to what you want it to be. And then as far as like their builds, all it does, like say you start elemental, right? It's just gonna go down the line. It's gonna start, like, the tutorial has you unlock, like, I think the first 2 here, and maybe this one, I don't remember. It's like 2 abilities, maybe 3. And then on your offhand, you unlock 1, and then like a couple passives. That's it. So the class gives you 2 weapons and an outfit, and doing the tutorial unlocks the first couple abilities in the main line. And how the lines are set up is essentially, this is DPS, the top line's DPS, the bottom line is like more role oriented, and the middle line tends to be more like some kind of utility. It can vary a little bit, weapon to weapon, sometimes stuff moves around, but that's like the general thesis behind it, right? And then every ability has a passive, there's stat passives in between, you got your 3 lines that match, and then you have 2 more lines of like just additional passives that kind of like change shit up or work with your weapon mechanic or things like that. So like, it doesn't make you use their build. In fact, it's less of that, because once you exit the tutorial, now you pick, right? You're like, am I gonna buy something from this line? Am I gonna buy something from this line? Am I gonna go further down this line to get to the elite? Am I gonna swap my weapons and have the other one be main? And the other, you know, what was main offhand, right? Like, at that point, you can pick. So after tutorial stuff, you just basically get a better layout of skills rather than just having them all piled on top of you from the original. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm one of those people that, like, am not... I liked the wheel in TSW when I first played with it, or at least I found it interesting. But even back in TSW, at some point I realized that the wheel was really fucking bloated and unwieldy. And after talking to developers about it as well, I got pretty much a general consensus from the later developers that weren't part of the original like design coming in after the fact. They're just like, Jesus Christ, there's so much bloat in the wheel. Because to make it the wheel, you have to fill out all those bars, and you have all kinds of abilities that duplicate other things, and it's just... And then if you want to add anything, right, you're gonna have to add so much at once to like expand around. Like, it's a fucking mess. It's again, they had... Remember Tilty talking about on like a stream, they had like half a dozen or a dozen like really cool concepts to make Secret World different, and they just tried to do too many at the same time, and it fucked them over. They needed to like pick something and say, this is what makes us different, and then not do the other like 5 fucking things, because they tried to essentially just get too fucking creative. And you know, sometimes the stuff's in the box because it fucking works, and you go completely outside the box, all of a sudden shit just stops fucking working. The other thing I'm gonna say is you have less ability slots, right? Legends only has 6 ability slots, and only, I think it's 5 passive slots, which seem like it would be constraining build-wise, but I've always argued that actually the opposite is true. Your builds are more different because you have to pick so specifically what you're gonna do, right? So like in TSW, for example, fucking every build ran like 2 or 3 of the same passives. Like didn't matter what you were doing, every fucking build had like the same 2 passives or whatever. So you had that homogenization, right? Whereas in Legends, you and I could both have like Sword Ellie, but because we pick something different, our combinations of the stuff we're gonna do is gonna be vastly different depending on how we approach it, right? And those choices matter way more. Even in TSW, you just have just 1 extra pass slot, could have been invincible. Yeah. So like, I feel like the choices matter more, and you end up with a more variety of builds because it's like I like or prefer this style, and you like or prefer that style. We can't do the same things because I picked to do this, I can't do the other thing. I only have so many slots. So in essence, it's actually more variety, right? Does that make sense? In TSW, we could have both ran both abilities, and you just use one more than I do, and I use the other one more. But in Legends, like, no, man, I like this. I'm gonna run this. You're gonna run that. They're a different build. But more importantly than that is in TSW, the majority of your build came down to actives and passives, right? Maybe augments, like a little bit, but they just like helped. Like, very rarely did an augment like make the build. It might have helped you get more DPS or something, but whereas in Legends you have the mechanic, right? You have the weapon mechanic itself. And then on top of the weapon mechanic, you have how specialized pieces of gear interact with that mechanic and your abilities, and you have how weapons themselves, specific weapons, interact with that mechanic, right? So when I talk about build variety, I'm not just talking like actives and passives. Like, depending on weapons and talisman used, one build using the same 2 weapons in Legends can be vastly fucking different from another build with the same 2 weapons, just because you actually conceptually went 2 different ways. Because one is using the mechanic in a certain way and using talismans or weapons that deal with that mechanic in this way, and the other one is using it this way. Especially since the patch, for example, sword on my main character, I run sword using Crushing Tide for burst damage, and I use a specific sword that interacts with the sword mechanic so that it charges spirit attacks every 4 seconds. And that lets me, during downtime in a fight or when you're running around or whatever, like, it's constantly building stacks, and then I'm constantly breaking the blade to do like burst damage. So that's interacting with that ability with the weapon mechanic with a certain sword. Whereas you can also grab the Seventh Son sword, right? Which mechanic works entirely differently, and generally speaking, you don't run Crushing Tide at all for that one. Because you don't, even though it would give you burst damage, the Seventh Son blade only gives its buff when you have your Spirit Blade active. So, and then the headpiece you use can change. I did not take it off. Because different, it depends if you're using channeled attacks or regular, or you're attacking me. I'm not even in this fight. In fact, I need to go to Triforce. But anyways, my point is, build variety in Legends is way more than just the abilities and passives. Build variety has more depth than that, and can vary quite a lot. Which I think a good part of that is literally just because the weapon mechanics exist. and they've made talismans and weapons that directly interact with those weapon mechanics, and passives that interact with those mechanics in different ways. So, yeah, I don't know. You can't just look at like 6 actives, 5 passives, and go like, oh, there's not many options. That's not the full story. Kind of like splitting DABS SF into 3 people using instead of 2. I mean, I don't know about that. Like you still have buff. I mean, you can still kind of play a buff person. There isn't. I don't think deadly aim's a thing. I don't think SF is a thing. And we have breaching shot, I believe. Right? We have opening shot. It's the same fucking thing. Definitely upgrade it, having talisman, weapon, and skill perks that interact along with passives and actives. Yeah. So sometimes it's like I've had these discussions on stream and arguments to people, or maybe not arguments, but like debates or conversations, that like you can't just look at it as actives passives, because that's not how building a build in this game works. I'm making a build to tank the E17 New York raid with, and I got a specific shotgun from a specific cache that, like, that shotgun has a certain, actually that shotgun, oh yeah, so there's certain weapons that actually have passives on them. So instead of a effect that somehow interacts with something, these weapons actually have passives on them. So this shotgun has 3 fucking passives on it, and the chaos weapon I'm running with it has 3 fucking passives on it, which drastically affects the passives and actives that you're gonna slot, because you now have, like, those are all open. So if you think about it that way, running that tank build, I have like 11 passives? Like, holy shit. And then even that, like, to run that specific raid tank build, you have a specific headpiece that you want to get. That's like different than it would even different than, like, say, a hammer tank headpiece. Well, maybe. I know there's like 2 or 3 different tank headpieces you potentially can run, depending on whether you're running raid or dungeon or maybe a cult defense scenario. So, like, the specific headpiece I want for this one, there's like cooldown reduction signets I want. There's a specific wrist talisman, etc. Like, and it's vastly different than my hammer chaos tank build, right? Completely different animals. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into telling someone a correct build in this game. So, like, getting one of the New York raid items have effects that actually interact with your skills? Yes, exactly. Except there's a lot of items that have less effects. Like, the New York raid items in TSW were, super fucking strong, and they kind of learned from that, and I think maybe even overcorrected some, to be perfectly honest. Like, I think they legit overcorrected a little bit. So a lot of stuff is a little, like, almost everything is, I think, a little too marginal sometimes. But you combine enough of them together, and they make a difference, right? But there's a lot more of them. There's a lot more items that have effects that interact with stuff. I wanted to do more of the investigation missions, so let's see. Where do I get Trials of the Dragon from? I like the radio.
Hello.
Hello. Can I take this mission without talking to Milos? That'd be pretty cool. Trials of the Dragon. Down centuries across oceans of night, the Draculacy have fought the
A
hungry dead.
sword will always defeat magic.
But vampire hunters
Really?
are not born,
A
they are
sword
forged. These
defeat
warriors in the
the
dark
magic?
are Romani, but they are not typical
That's
Romani.
funny.
Find out what makes
It's
them
true.
Draculacy. Face
Magic
the trials
is
of the
just
dragon.
trickery. Steel is real. That's what Mihas says.
And you know what Zaha says? The word
Alright,
is
now watch the
mightier
cinematic.
than the sword.
Let it play out,
Word,
and then I'm down to talk
sword.
about more,
Get it? Steel, real.
more
word,
anything to do with the
sword.
mechanics of the
No?
game.
No, that doesn't even make sense.
You never fight more enemies than you can handle. You must be brave, but not stupid. And you learn to use both the blade, the gun, and your hands. Come! The both of you, come here. All right. Now, the two of you will fight.
What?
But she's...
A girl? Do you think you'll never have to fight a girl? They come in girl as well, the monsters.
I'm not fighting him.
That doesn't matter, because I'm not fighting you.
You don't think I can beat you?
I didn't say... No.
Ow!
Sorry.
One-handed. Use the other hand for balance. It will give you more control.
Hey!
Good. The both of you. Very good. You learn quickly, and you're both clever. A good fighter is as much in here as here, You will not defeat the enemy with strength alone. You also need a good head. And the two of you make a good team. You'll be slayers yet.
So, are we ready for the trial?
I think we are. Right, Mihas?
Are you ready for the... Huh? Oh, oh no, no, no. Maybe one day, but not now. Oh.
That was pretty good.
Yeah. I would have beat you, though.
As if. You were lucky Mihas stopped me when he did.
I was lucky. You got lucky. I was just about to kick your scrawny butt.
Scrawny butt. Who are you to talk about scrawny? Just look at you.
Okay, I've said that to remind myself. Another amazing thing that wasn't in originally when this video launched, but it's one of the most interesting things in my opinion that they did. When you reach level 20, you unlock anima allocation. This shit is fucking inspired, in my opinion. So like right now, I'm DPS, right? And all my gear has DPS rating, right? So I have 762 attack rating and by default 174 protection. That's just like how everything is split. Even at 100% DPS, you have a little bit of protection, right? And the ratings is changed on level. So you look at my headpiece, 762 attack rating, 174 protection. But I can go like this and say I want a tank, 100% tank, commit. The same talisman, 2,176 hit points, 536 protection. Or I can be healer, 610 heal rating, 174 protection. Or I can be some of everything. Look at that. Hit points, attack rating, heal rating,
true.
protection.
I killed a vampire.
On the fucking
on my
fly.
own.
Are you sure you weren't dreaming?
Shut up.
On
I
the
told
fucking
you, I was
fly.
out in the forest.
On your own. Uh-huh. Go
Now,
on.
in general,
I was out
you
in the
still will
forest,
make new
tracking
pieces
a
of gear,
rabbit,
because
and
what I
then
was talking
suddenly-
about, where you're
Wait.
like, you want a specific
A
piece that has an effect
Yeah.
that you
a
want for
rabbit.
tanking, or a specific piece as an
vampire
effect you
rabbit?
want for healing,
I
right?
hate you.
but
So much.
you don't need as many pieces. You don't need full sets for one, and technically you don't need any, unless you're, you know, you're trying to be like best in slot or whatever, right? You're like, you can just tank with DPS shit. You know what I mean? You will do better. You'll make your healer's life a lot better if you actually have, you know, tank talismans and shit like that. I guess the one thing it won't affect those are glyphs. So you can only do that probably in lower tiers. Eventually you'll need glyphs. But so if you want to, so okay, here's another thing that's actually pretty fucking brilliant. They did in the rebalance patch in September. If you want to be a tank, you generally have tank glyphs, right? And the problem with that is when you go to solo shit, you don't have crit or crit power. But what they did for that, which is really cool, is so for tank weapons, like say hammer, shotgun, and chaos. Tank weapons have signature abilities. Now, signature abilities have a special way of reducing their cooldown. So it's similar from Take Women, but and then this signature ability scales with tanking stats and shares a cooldown with other signature abilities. So what this does is if you have tank glyphs, right? But you allocate to 100% DPS, right? Or just essentially over, I think, 50 tank. So, oh, also threat generation is controlled by this since the rebalance patch. If you are 51% and over tank, you start getting threat. At 100% tank, you have 2,400% threat. Right? This controls your threat generation. But when you're into DPS here, what this does is when you use the tank signature ability, it reads that you have tank glyphs and you're allocated for damage. It makes this fucker hit like a truck, right? This makes up for the fact that you are not going to crit with like your normal attack. Your signature is now like your big damage, and it's a fucking PvAOE. It's got a 10-meter radius. It's fucking huge. And when you get hit, it's gonna, on most of them it's when you get hit. Yeah, so on Chaos, if you're whenever you evade attacks, and reaching 8 paradoxes reduces the remaining cooldown time. So it's a 30-second cooldown, but that could be reduced just based on how often you evade, and Chaos is more about evading anyways. And reaching 8 paradoxes. So between attacking and generating paradoxes and evading, because you have like those glyphs on anyways, right? You're gonna take less damage from shit you're fighting, and then when you do your signature ability, you're gonna fucking wreck them because it's scaling. Makes the game a lot more accessible. Most people create DPS builds first, but only old school players would have their tank builds ready in the original game. Yeah, for sure. Also, when they did the patch that gave out glyph converters, so people like could pick a role. So I would say like, if you're DPS, you can basically DPS and heal are like mostly the same glyphs anyways. So definitely, I think you can flip those a bit easier. And if you're tank, you really want to convert to tank glyphs or have separate pieces. But if you convert to tank, you're like, look, I want to tank 9% of the time. You'll be able to solo content. I helped test that in the closed beta, and then also even in the open beta. So like you can do like the solo content, like solo scenario, solo other stuff, because they accounted for that. Like this is one of the main ways they accounted for that.
It's true.
But yeah, the anime allocation shit is fucking awesome. The fact that you like, you know, you're soloing something and you're like, you know what, I need more protection so I don't get smacked to death, so I can survive long enough to kill them.
I was out in the forest, tracking a rabbit, and then suddenly, wait.
Or you know, you want healing. Although I don't really recommend this unless you're actually healing. I don't think you would. I mean, I guess you could do this.
So much.
just so you can provide DPS of some kind, right? You can be a rifle healer and still do some DPS and some healing, depending on how much healing is needed. So, like, yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking ammo allocation is shit. Oh, the trial book's over there. I think I'm gonna trigger the main cinematic when I run over there to see Milosh. So, this is gonna be a minute. Oh, hey, there's somebody. Yeah, like, look, I love TSW. I played thousands of hours of TSW. I've played thousands of hours of Legends. I wouldn't give up anything that I played in TSW for the world. Shit was great. But Legends is the better version of the game. Like, it's... something that I've said on stream a bunch and it's always, like, stuck with me is from talking with one of the devs before, is that a lot of the problems in the original TSW is that the game designer, like in the beginning, back in the beginning of TSW, of like the genesis of it, the game designer and the systems designer didn't like each other and didn't talk to each other, and that is evident in a lot of the problems in TSW when you think about that core problem. And with the Legends relaunch, it's so easy to see in every way that they really got their design and systems like under the same umbrella, and like, look, this is what our engine can do, this is what our systems can do. The way the gear folds into itself so inventory is less of a problem. So I don't know if you remember, but they did eventually figure out that one of the big reasons for lag in TSW had to do with people walking around with 500 items in their inventory at all times. Like, it was lagging you, and it was lagging other people. And they put a fix in for it that helped, I believe, it towards the end of TSW. But I mean, that's a systems problem. It's just a function of having a... It's a function of having the flash stuff, right? So they have to work around what they have. Like, they didn't get, you know, greenlit for a fucking new engine on relaunch or shit like that. I believe actually the Dreamworld engine did get upgraded a tick for Legends, but a lot of what they did was just really smart. Like, you know, to upgrade your gear, you know, like I'll get this ring to level 25 blue, and this is 25 blue, and then I'll fuse them, and these two pieces become one, and this one turns purple in the next gear one, right? So you can find a piece when you're like level 2, and you can take that piece all the way to the end of the game and make it red. Or you find something better along the way, and you go, you know what, I'm gonna use that one to upgrade this one. And all the gear fucking folds into itself. It's really smart, and it's really good use of something when you're trying to limit inventory space for performance reasons, right? Also, the things about like the instance capping, like open world zones are capped, hard capped at 13 players, soft capped at 10. A, it's better for the mood of the game, and B, is better for the performance of the game. The 40-man boss fights still exist, but they happen in special, like Agartha instances that are designed to fucking handle that and not shit you down to like fucking 10 FPS. So they basically went like, yes, Secret World had lots of grand ideas, and then tried to fucking fit them on an engine that couldn't do it, and everyone's performance and experience suffered because of that. And when they relaunched, they really designed their systems and their encounters to really give you the best possible experience with what they have. Tell that was the way we could out-damage the scripted fights. Yeah. Someone in development had no idea to building players. That is true. 100%. I still have 2 world boss summons, but no players. Oh, you mean in TSW? Yeah. So in Legends, like, you don't summon them in the open world. You have a special Agartha portal that you summon them at, and then everyone goes in there. And that it's a looks like a big Agartha platform, kind of like Flappy Raid, right? Just a big Agartha platform. Because there's nothing to render in there. You're not rendering the fucking whole other open instance with other players in it and missions and NPCs and all that shit, right? Like, it's kind of like how the raids exist in the raid environment. Like, it's a better performance experience. So that's what they do for the hourly or for the mega bosses, and it's what they do for like event bosses. You know, like Halloween, Christmas, that kind of stuff. You know, those happen off a separate Agartha portal, and they theme those. You know, they do actually some work to those, so it's not just like, you know, like here's Jack on a random Agartha portal. They kind of like do it up. It's got some decoration and some. Actually, the Jack one, the tree in the middle, is actually really important to the mechanic of the fight. But yeah, I really feel like they. I really feel like hey Manga, I really feel like Legends is just the better version of the game. Like period. Yeah, Manga's awesome. I forget where I was going there. I trailed out for a second. It's I mean, it still gets updates, not a ton, but like I said, we had like a fucking 9,000 word patch note update like right at the end of September last year. Valentine's mission should turn on, which is new to Legends, was never in TSW. We're still, I mean, granted, we're still missing a couple of things. They added the penthouse dungeon in the rebalance, by the way. No Aegis, but they added the penthouse dungeon. It's really fun. So that's back in. And a good example of the fact that they can put in an Aegis dungeon without Aegis and it can work. We're still missing the other two Tokyo dungeons, and we don't have scaled versions of like facilities, slaughterhouse, or what's the other one? What's the other one? Facilities, slaughterhouse. Oh, Hell Fallen. They're in the game in the story mode, but they don't have like the nightmare difficulties of them because they're fucking because they're buggy as shit. Because the dungeons all had to be recoded. Even a lot of it looks much the same initially, but because of like reticle combat and other changes, like a lot of those fights are actually very different from TSW. And Hell Fallen scripting is a fucking shit show, as everyone knows from TSW. Hell Fallen was buggy as fuck, always. I think facility is conceptually a problem. Facility is conceptually a problem at the nightmare mechanic level because of how it was designed. Like it was designed almost like you don't need a tank really, technically. And the mechanics are like. Also, I think Hellfallen would have problems with the fact that you can't tab target, and there was lots of impairing that needed to happen at precise times. I think that would have to somehow be changed. So some stuff has to be redone because the combat system is different, and some stuff has to be redone just because that shit was broken anyways. But we did get Kaiden Lair. Kaiden Lair is not in TSW. We have a full Kaiden Lair in Legends. So, you know, there's trade-offs. We did have the Whispering Tide event, so I know Flappy is technically a possibility. The 40-man version of it existed at least. But we still don't have Flappy Raid or Eidolon Raid. If we get one of those, if we get one at some point, I would imagine it would probably be Flappy, just because the 40-man was already in the game at least once. So I would venture to guess that were they to add a raid at all, it would be the Flappy Raid, just because it's at least partially been ported over. But Hell Fallen, by the way, even in story mode, can be quite challenging if you play it like I'm playing this character. So this character, I am playing I'm 100% of the game with no primary weapon, and only a secondary weapon. And in Legends, if you have your secondary weapon has no basic attack, meaning I can't attack unless I have energy, period. There's no non-energy attack for your offhand weapon. And during combat, your energy regens half as fast as the main weapon. So it's like a, you know, sort of a challenge run. And Hell Fallen story mode, I soloed Hell Fallen story mode on this character. That shit was fucking fun. And it felt like it had mechanics because everything was so much harder. Like, I got to the end of boss 2 and like all but like one or two of the little pillars that like shoot out purple smoke had lit up. Like, I was like right down to the wire. Fucking the succubus boss that kept rezzing shit. And I don't have energy. I'm like running away from like fucking crowds of shit, waiting for Overlord to come back off cooldown for me to have the energy to cast it. Like, it was actually really fun. Yeah, it's in Legends it's called basic, but yeah, no builder. So it's a little reversed, sort of, or it's kind of like, it's almost like how the melee weapons work in TSW, right? They're all front loaded. So in Legends, it's everything is front loaded. You start with 15 energy, and then when you're in combat, you use that, and it slowly regenerates. And I think also crits will actually give you like 1 energy back. So depending on the length of the fight and how much you crit and stuff, you might not have to use a basic, like a non-energy consumer. So it doesn't work. It's not a builder in the sense that in TSW, hitting with a builder built up your energy. In Legends, it's just the basic doesn't require energy, and therefore it's not using any while your energy is slowly regenerating, right? So it's similar. The closest thing I think would feel like is melee feels probably much the same, meaning like, you know, you start with full hammer energy, but instead of building it back up, you're just spamming the basic while it regens on its own, which I guess kind of feels similar. But they're not intrinsically tied to one another, meaning like you could just stand there and not spam your basic, your energy's still gonna climb. Whereas in TSW you had to hit with the basic, right, to build. You had to use the builder to get energy. But yeah, I don't know, man. Every once in a blue moon, I still log back into TSW to get my because I got like lifetime, which by the way, the lifetime transfers over to Legends as well. So I'll go back and get my points because I still haven't done the last vanity transfer. So I just keep like every couple of months I go back and collect my points, the bonus points or whatever, and I like buy random vanity shit. And one day I'll do the last transfer and just transfer fucking all those cosmetics to my main character.
Hi there. My father is expecting you. Zaha told us, Mihas too, that you were coming. He should be around here somewhere.
No.
Please?
No.
We'll do anything.
No. You will do anything?
Well, almost anything.
I see. Almost anything.
We just want to help. We're so bored and...
Bored. You're bored. My light. I expected more from you. And as for you, young man, if you are ever going to become the leader you need to be, you must not waver when challenged, or do something simply because you are bored. You need to learn discipline and patience. And the answer is no.
Father!
And if I see either of you skirting your duties today, I will make you wish you had not been born. Ha! At last! The chosen one is here.
Father, please.
I'm just telling a joke. You're not the first to come here seeking glory and riches, and you will not be the last. All of you so eager to be the great hero, to defeat the darkness. Let me tell you about darkness. We Draculesti have been fighting vampires since Vlad Dracula himself founded our order. Half a millennium and change, and many generations of slayers. Now the Kakat is hitting the ventilator again. A great evil is rising, a storm is coming, and so on and so on. I say, business as usual. Another day at the office, is that not what you say back in the real world? You can keep your oracles and your prophecies. We believe in what we can see and touch and fight. But there is just one thing. The difference is, this time, the prophecies may be accurate. I do not like prophecies. I find them counterproductive. If everyone believes the future is already written, they stop fighting, they stop caring. But the Draculesti, we were founded on prophecy. Some things are foretold, and we were once told about the return of a vampire queen, and of darker things. That is why we are here now. Prophecies are usually worthless, but there are things written in signs and symbols that may be of great value. We should never ignore the lessons of the past. And in this case, the past is still very much with us, around us. I wish I could tell you more. All I know is that it looks and it feels like everything is in place for what was foretold to come to pass. We are few, and our task is simply to do what we know to do, and nothing more. We need help. The Draculesti were founded on prophecy, and that prophecy remains with us, in signs and symbols. I am not one for riddles, but you seem like the right person for the job.
Still interested in the storyline and what they have in store, so play Legends. Okay, so speaking of storyline, I was gonna say it's not just the new zone. So they added occult defense, which there's like a equinox event twice a year. And there's lore that goes with that sort of expands the story of the druids in Legends that really, I don't remember that being much of anything before. That's a different type of scenario. Occult defense is a scenario that doesn't have survivors. It's like wave defense. And then also Dark Agartha. Dark Agartha is fucking super awesome. I love Dark Agartha. It's like a solo dungeon that's randomized every day. And so like the bosses and the bosses modifiers and the platform modifiers are like randomized every day. But every day like you play the same one as someone else. Unless you pick up, if you do the challenge one, sometimes the challenge for the day is actually a randomization in and of itself. In which case you won't play the same as everyone else. Generally speaking, everyone plays the same randomized encounter every day. So like you could ask someone for tips or whatever. But the lore in it is fucking crazy. The Dark Agartha lore, like, really is, like, you know, as someone that's super interested in the story of Secret World and, like, where the story's going and all that stuff, like, Dark Agartha is literally, like, future possible timelines that all fucking ended horribly. And the legends behind it and the stuff that it, sort of implies about your relationship with the bees and sort of the future of Gaia and all that stuff is fucking crazy. And then, the Valentine's event that's coming up that's new actually has lore and story in it to do with the Swarm. If you remember the Swarm, it was like some of the last content that was added in TSW. It's like an investigation mission, I think, in Tokyo. So the Valentine's mission involves like a member of the swarm. It's got more to do with the swarm, and then it also involves this new fight thing in Legends called Rosenbrawl, which is in Tabula Rasa. It's like a pocket dimension where you can box. There's like 3 different types of boxing gloves: heavy, light, medium. They have different abilities, and you PvP there. And it's an invite-only fight club. The only way you get in there is if someone else that's already in there gives you an invite. It's one of the side missions. Technically, there's a second way, which they eventually confirmed is like if you do Shambhala, I think there's like a random chance you get an invite. But what's great about the Valentine's mission to me is, if you recall Tabula Rasa, the guy out front always looked like he was a character, right? Like he looks nothing like any of the other like normal NPC models. Like he's a heavy-set guy. He's got a way more sculpted face, like a rosy cheek or like a red nose or something. I don't know. Like he looks like a fucking caricature. And he had a special name, and there was never anything fucking attached to him, right? I used to like go past him in TSW and be like, what the fuck is this guy's deal? He looks like he's supposed to be part of a mission or something. So he's the Rosenbrawl guy. Like he's the guy behind the Fight Club. So he's actually used in Legends. He's got story behind him. And the Valentine's mission has to do with his daughter, who's also a member of or either a member or applying to be a member of the Swarm, something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head right now. But I'm just really glad they finally used that fucking guy for something. And again, they added more story. So while we haven't had another zone past South Africa yet, we've had small updates of stuff here and there that also just like, if not outright forwarding the main story, it just adds and expands on story. And in Dark Agartha's case, in my opinion, it really gives you like a look and kind of insight into some of the future stuff. Okay, we need to do Trial of Might. Trial of Might proves one's strength and readiness. Death never comes up to your time. Enter the dark forest and find your ordeal. Trial of Flames. Trial of Flames proves one's fortitude. Become the light, the dark, the dark. One must survive the worst of any world. Walk the path of pain. Trial of Shadow. Trial of Shadow demonstrates some cunning. The warrior must know where to go unseen and let no one catch you. Trial of Intelligence. Trial of Intelligence demonstrates one primacy of the mind. History unlocks the past and future. Enter the city of Woe. Follow the drizzle echoes in Mazine? I don't know how to fucking say that. Also, we have an agent system. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, you can do this one. Okay, do that one. Do that one then. Alright, so we need to challenge a Romani warrior in the forest. Did I go the wrong way? So there's a guy out here, right? Let's do this guy. He looks like one of the brothers. It is. It's Mihas.
Temporary abilities acquired.
You can't hit him when he's bunkered. That's the problem that people make, or the mistake people make. He might have just bugged out. That was crazy easy. Crazy easy. Alright, I'm gonna dead run. Let's see, we're gonna go This way, I think, right? Where are we at now? Go this way. Come down here to Mosul. Here's the well. Okay. So I think it's, yeah, it should be this way. My weapon's not equipped. Why is my weapon not equipped? I swear I put that fucker back. That's not good. I just need to get by an NPC. I should be okay. I swear I had that equipped. What the fuck? Take two. So using that area of 10k demons? No! There's Prize Revenge. Loot Lantern. There's a mission in Tokyo. I mean, you have it in TSW as well.
Local bounty detected. Initiating.
Where you can use it to farm demons. Or wait, do you mean Rakasha or do you mean these guys? If you mean these guys, I'm trying to remember if there's another place you farm these guys. Those guys. Fuck, I don't remember now. I don't remember if there's a different place. I know Rakasha I farm in Tokyo. These guys... I think I did them mostly in Savage Coast, honestly. Right? Because they're just demons? They're not like specific type. Cult Defense, yeah. Cult Defense has waves. You can get them pretty easy there. Although I never farmed shit there. I was done well before that shit. Oh yeah, check this out. If you haven't seen this, coming from look at this guy. Yeah, when I shoot lightning, he will heal. So, this is in the rebalance as well. Living Flame. He is a summoned entity. When you summon him, he does a he does a PB AoE, I think it is. Or well, it's a PB AoE on him. It's an AoE. But with his passive, he'll provoke enemies who attack you, and when you deal fire, lightning, elemental damage, your living flame is healed for 35% of the damage done. So he's essentially like your own personal mini tank. He's the first such ability or creature in the game. You can unsummon him by just unequipping the weapon and equip it. But yeah, instead of like a Manny or something, he literally is a living flame. So when he summons, he does AoE damage and in pairs, and you can resummon him after the 20-second cooldown. But if you don't resummon him, he just permanently stays out there. Like, he just follows you around. And then again, if you have the passive, then anything you attack, he will attack as well and taunt it, so it attacks him instead of you. It's really fucking cool. Trial of Flames. Better than Museum Mob procs. Actually, I don't know if you saw the other procs. 2 of my talismans have procs as well. There's a third one. Wait, do I? No, sorry, 3 of mine do. I have all 3. So, the headpiece will summon Fate. Whenever you hit the same enemy 3 times in succession, you summon Fate to attack the target for 2.8k damage, 20-second cooldown. The ring says whenever you purge or interrupt an enemy's ability, you summon a Custodian to attack the target for, in this case, it's 2.5k. And then on this one, whenever you critically hit, you have a 33% chance to summon the Gatekeeper to attack the target for 2.6k physical damage, 20-second cooldown. So these 3 talismans are pretty much best in slot right now. But they're super cool. Because not only are they really good for damage, but it's just neat that you can like have those things proc. Let's see if I remember how the fuck to do this. I'm probably gonna fail the first couple of times, to be honest. It's been a while since I've done this and I'm not looking at a guide. I think you go like this. That did not work. Shit! I did something wrong. Am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? First try! Haha! That's pretty funny. I legit was not sure that was gonna happen. What's happening back there? What's happening back there, guys? The meeting I'm not invited to? Go to the Mirewood. Alright, okay, so let's go here. And then we're gonna dead run again. Because I don't have that well yet. Let's go this way. Hey, crazy. Going pretty good. We're in the middle of an investigation mission. I just did the first 2 parts of it, I think. I'm doing a dead run to one of the wells. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna pick this one up while I'm here. If you resurrected a well, you get to unlock it on the map. And then you can keep going to the one I actually want, which is down here somewhere. So fun fact, when you're dead, you run at a faster sprint. Like, you run at like sprint 4, I think. So if you don't have sprint 4, then it's actually faster to run when you're dead. And then you could just run to a well. I want this area, not that area. I want this one over here. But it also can be faster anyways because you don't have to worry about fighting anything. So even if you have the same sprint, it can be just more convenient. So for this one, we need to go through the layer without getting caught. Nothing but a shadow. Enemies on the roll are easy to avoid. Yeah, generally they can't attack you. Oh, wait, what? That's weird. Why is it trying to send me there? Well, that's just another starting point. Is that just another starting point? I think I ran to the wrong thing. Exactly last night in Egypt. Don't know if it actually hit anything. Oh, there's a couple specific missions like that. Yeah. Let me start this again. I ran off towards the other entrance portal and not where I needed to be. I hope these guys run away. Maybe they're not. No, I think they de-aged. Okay. So that was just the secondary starting point that I fucking ran into for whatever reason. I thought that seemed odd. Okay, so you can get up here, I believe. Don't get myself stuck. I gotta avoid those spider thingies. So I believe we can use... Yeah, the board to get up there. Yay! That's why sprint mounts are awesome. this way. I'm just gonna go up to this well over there. The one good thing about doing this mission early is I'm unlocking a bunch of animal wells. So I'll have them for later. And there we go. Go.
Special assignment received. Initializing.
Find a clue. First clue. Now, where's the next one? Think. Ah! Scared me. Legend. I know there's one up here. Is this the next one or is it a different spot? That's the next one. I don't remember the order. Misha the Butcher. Punch him. One of them. Yay. I don't know where that is, but I can peek through the wall and get it, so okay. Alright, now I think the next one. There's a couple of places it could be. One is right over here. Oh, that's awesome. You didn't even notice me. That's fucking crazy. One there. Okay, and then I think the next one's at the front, but I'm not positive. Nope. So where's the next one? Let's go get this guy. Okay, so let's see. The fuck is that at? No, I jumped off the side. Aha! Okay, so the only other place... Deal with my pet while I fucking do that. Yay. Okay. The only other place I can think of right now is this place. Ah, I was right. Alright, now let's try the front. There we go. Oh god. I don't remember where the next one is. Aha! Investigate the hidden room. Did it! Did it! A dragon on the Trials of the Dragon. Fractals loop into fractals and everything comes up Ouroboros. What do you learn in the land beyond the forest? What will you take away? What will you unlearn? Fractals repeat. See how the little pieces form the same image in macro? Vampires stalk that land, but they are only tiny scales of one coil. That land is itself a vampire. The soil drank enough blood to get a taste. It wants the gore to spill. The system is tilted in favor of that outcome, in that place. So, holster pants with buckle orange. Let's see. Oh wait, that one's already done. Okay. And that one's done. Should do this one next. And do this. Okay. Missions. Transylvania, Shabby Forest. The Abandoned. Oh, we can do Abandoned. That'd be cool. Mosul the Ancient, Mosul the Watcher. He absorbs stories the way tree leaves soak up the light, the way tree roots drink the dead. He asks you to gather stories, then cast a coin in the river. What stories will the babbling water tell you?
So strange. Travelers wish to pay toll to cross my bridge. Much mistaken in the telling of that story. It is I who have given the treasures, willingly, yes. Treasure of tales. Gold and amber slip through men's hands with no value. If man has so much care for sparkling, he should gather the morning dew. It sparkles every sunrise. Stories are our life. We exist only for the little time we are spoken of. When the stories are stopped, the sons and daughters of the wild are gone. As we came out of the earth, we have passed back into it. My gift to you is, it will not be so soon you say our farewells. You shall find the hidden names of us, born from the forest heart, the painted egg, the cut of young men's love. Moses, Yeli, Blajin, Paduri. In a little time, none will be left here with these names. Gather them, protect them, take them with you far away. Be the world's memory. That is my treasure.
Find the coin that Mossel threw away. The fuck side of the river was he on? I think it was this side, right? Ah! Right.
Quick access inventory updated.
One location. Now, if I recall, this is going to be in the graveyard, I think, if memory serves.
Local bounty detected. Initiating.
Come on, let me over the fence. Fucker. I know it works. Stop lying to me. Fuck you. You can do it with a regular sprint too sometimes. Just have to like hit a corner just right or something. Enter the crypt. I remembered! Oh, I don't remember this though. Wait. Never mind, this isn't the one I think it is. This is easy. I thought it was the one with the fucking torches you have to light or some shit. I don't remember that one at all.
Quick access inventory updated.
And so, Alexander, who history calls great, empire sculptor and undefeated, and victory crowned, lay cold, lay dead, a congress of worms. And whether by fever, rot, or by poisoner's plot, who is there left to say? And so the concubine of Alexander took flight, so many fearful miles, to the land beyond the forest. She took with her 3 daughters, Katrina, Zelina, and Marina, all sired by the one called Great. In the dark forest, the mother made a pact with Gaia, and released her 3 daughters, blood of the great, into the wilderness, protected under Gaia's gaze. And the 3 daughters drank deep the supernal nectar, forever preserved, forever sweet. And so the Isley came to be, and so are they still, forever preserved, forever sweet. If this be a warning or an invitation, who is there left to say? I think it's meant as a warning, but we're going to take it as an invitation. Okay, so the sisters are going to be there. Or the sister. Sorry, not the sisters.
Quick access inventory updated.
Oh yeah, this is the Haduri.
Additional assignment received. Initializing.
Find the man in the forest. There's the lady. Mysterious woman. They did a really cool model for her. It's like, yeah, okay, sure. Let me follow you, strange lady with twigs in her hair, into the forest. That's a good idea. I really need to set up a bot that actually does shit with alerts and stuff. Because I think it's a pretty common command and I haven't set up shit. Look at her clapping. She's so happy. She's laughing at him. It's not nice. But she took his heart. She eats it. Okay, there's supposed to be a note there. God damn it. It didn't fucking trigger for whatever reason. That means I have to do it again. Fuck. I hate that. I think I was too far away. Oh wait, did it never update properly the first time? Did it not say follow the mysterious woman? Or did the tiers just reset? I'm gonna try being really close this time. Maybe it just wasn't close enough before? Dark forest malaise. You cannot move. There we go. Investigate the corpse. Throw the eggshells in the river at the correct location. Have the eggshells? Okay, I knew. Alright, so that is up here, I think. Pretty sure.
Special assignment received. Initializing.
Come here, Mr. Black Antlers. Bunch of... Nice. Okay. Shit. Punch him. Oh, he ran away. What a dick. All the eggshells. Following. Missed them for a second. It's so hard to see when like the water like spray effect happens. Fucking shut up, phone. Uh-oh. There they are. There they are. It's coming up pretty quick here. Look at you, Mr. Blue Genie. Oh, so now we reset. I don't know why it says failed. You have to reset. Pretty sure. Right? Oh my god, do we? Oh, you walk into the portal. I'm a fucking idiot. God damn it. You do end up in animal form, but you don't
Special
reset.
assignment
You fucking
received. Initializing.
fuck. Shit all over again. Here's a question. What happens if you don't follow the eggshells and just run all the way there? I think I've done that before. Not this, but I mean, I think I've fucking did slash reset and then like don't before. So can you just run down here and wait? Like, do you have to follow them the whole way, or will they just show up here? That's my current question. Midnight in the game. Did the timer just run out? Oh, there they are. Haha, that's cool. I don't think I've ever done that before. Oh, I had to wait for it to update. Okay. It didn't update. Now I reset, right? Now, okay. Got it. Got it. You do reset, but you just have to wait till the tier triggers. Hey, Blue, how's it going, man? About to go to sleep? I'm not gonna follow this tiny Legini guy. We got right ahead of him. How'd the rest of your stream go? Did you get past that the double boss? Am I going the right way? Yes.
Quick access inventory updated.
Yeah, I'm doing alright. Return to Mosul. Just finished this investigation mission. I forget what the boss was you were fighting, but I just know it was like a huge guy with a hammer and then like the skinnier guy with the spear.
Stories are not yet finished. What are you doing here when you should be there?
What the fuck is his name? 867? He's not online right now. I thought he was on. I thought I said you were online. Hold on, I gotta see if Crazy's in game. I can go share a secret old story. Once this ad break finishes. Do I have his character name wrong? Hold on, let me go find out what his character name is. It's gotta be something different than his Twitch name. god, there's another ad. Son of a bitch. Because to finish this mission, you have to share a story, and it'll grant them a legend.
They've always been a pain to deal with. They really have.
Let's see if he answers me.
You gotta access. Oh, hey, look, dead body. Should be Crazy 86, Jamie.
Crazy 86.
For this one.
Okay. Aha.
Electric Lifty. Yeah, sure, why not? Why is...
Alright, we're gonna meet up and share the story. He's over this way somewhere, I think. No way, come back.
Oh, hey. You got the, legend. That's what's up right there. How's it going, Saucy? Alright, let me figure this out. Let's see if we over here. That is not how you do it.
Alright, just letting him know that there's a mission in the zone. They have to share a legend with another person to complete it.
Freaking cabal.
Alright. We're gonna go back to Shelby Forest.
I don't know how you evade. And to complete it, you have to share a legend. Wait, seriously? How the hell do you share legends in this game? Well, that's a interesting thing. Well, I'll definitely have to share it at some point. That's for sure. I need to go back to this tablet over here so I can see.
Alright. Let's see. Our mutual siblings in red and blue underestimate the value of muscle. We shall not make that mistake. There are secrets trapped in his growth rings. His growth rings? Large shades, black frame. Wait, why is... That should be secondary, not primary. What the fuck happened there? Hopefully it wasn't like that very long. Alright guys. That's gonna do it for me for tonight. Hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Thanks to Two Tone Waffle for the raid tonight. That was super cool. I will be off tomorrow, but I will be back on Wednesday. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. And I'm Give somebody a raid. Probably Crazy. I'm guessing. Yeah, I'll give Crazy a raid. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.